Okay. Today is the 8th of December 2017 and I am at the residence of the Saroop at Williamsville, and with me is a very honored Pundit. He's quite versed in the scriptures. He has an honorable personality, and he has many children or godchildren spread across the country and as far as North America. So your name is?
Rajesh. Maharaj.
Okay, and Pundit Rajesh, huh?
Yes.
Rajesh what? Maharaj?
Maharaj.
Okay, so can you give me a background history about yourself, like your grandparents? Let's start about the grandparents.
My grandparents, my Aja, Mohan Maharaj, are deceased, and my grandmother, my Aji, Satyavati Maharaj, also deceased. They are from Garth. My granddad, my Aja, he was from Pakistan, got married to my Aji at Garth, a short distance away.
Okay.
Her father was the Pundit for Garth at one time, from Pali Maharaj.
Okay. So you are from a descendant of the Rishis.
As we say.
Can I ask you, did they come, which one of them came from India?
I believe Pali's parents came from India.
Okay.
And he came as a child.
Okay, so that you all grew up in a religious home. And what prompted you to go into the priesthood?
Well, growing up as a child,
Yeah.
we were always involved in pujas
Okay.
and yagnas. We came from a family that also propagated yagnas and also hosted yagnas.
Okay.
So it was instilled from a young age
Okay.
to become a priest. And it starting off at a young age with my cousins, leading the Sunday service at the Old Karashiva Mandir. That's from 1978 to 1992 by doing Sunday services.
Okay, at what age actually you decided to go into the priesthood? At what age?
14 years old.
At 14 years old. And where did you have your training?
My training started off on my own. I would go to satsangs and listen, and then I would come back home. I would take up the Ramayana and I will start to practice the same katha the Pundit would be reading. I will actually take the katha and go and read over it.
Well, kata, a lot of people may not know what is kata. Can you tell?
The discourses that the Pundit will use, or sermons that he
the
will
religious
give.
discourses, right?
Yes.
So that having gone to a Ramayana,
Yes,
you would follow it up
yes.
and line for line in a particular
Line for line,
scripture.
and also having a dictionary.
A
with me.
dictionary. But where did you learn Hindi?
Hindi self-taught.
Self-taught. Okay, okay. And the formal aspect of your training, where did you have it?
Okay, I started off with on my own, and then I studied under Pandit Ramesh Sharma, who is from Jasperlo, learning the Puja Vidan or the types of rituals to be done for about a year. And then I went on my own, after which I accepted a Sadguru, Pandit Satnarayan Sharma. He's now passed.
And where is he from?
Pandit Satnarayan Sharma originally he's from Saroop, and he was staying at Orangefield close to the Hanuman Mandir there. Okay.
But he had his training where? He...
From priest from India. His father was from India.
Okay, okay.
And his father was also the guru for one of the old Pandits in this area, Pandit Haripasad Sharma, that used to live at Esmeralda.
Oh, yeah?
So imagine that, and you can remember Pandit Haripasad.
Well, Haripasad was my father's godfather.
And think about his guru, how his guru would be, and Haripasad was a very learned Pandit. So my guru's father was my Haripasad's guru.
But Haripasad, I think he came from India, you know.
Yes.
Somebody told me he came
And
from...
so too, my guru's father came from India.
Okay. Okay. Within your family, your father was he a Pandit?
No, my father, his brother, sir.
Okay. Now, within the family, your brother, he's a Pundit.
My brother.
What is his name?
Pandit Rishi Maharaj.
But do you have brothers apart from you? brothers and sisters?
Sister also.
Oh, well, she is. She is.
She is living abroad now.
Okay. All right. All right. So your brother is following in your footsteps.
Yeah, but
Oh.
he, yes, he is. He started with me, and he's now on his own.
Okay. Okay. You all have melodious voices because I have had the honor of listening to you in several pieces, and you are very erudite Pundit. I've heard you speak the English language, and you communicate very well. As fact, I have a recording of you in a certain Ramayana, that is service that we carried on just up the road there. Now, do you have, how many children do you think you have that is godchildren?
Maybe close to about 8 months.
Okay, and how many years you have been a Pundit now?
Say from 1988 till this present time.
So where they are spread out, like where?
Okay, well, throughout Trinidad, okay, north, south, east, west.
And abroad too, I must have.
Canada,
Okay.
smaller islands, also in Canada and England.
Okay, a very important thing, people don't know the behind the scene life of a Pundit, except when they see the particular Pundit deliver discourse or do some sort of ritual, right? Procession. But can you describe that? What is the preparation? How do you prepare yourself for a particular religious ceremony? Like sometimes, well, let me give you an idea. Like sometimes some pundits would rehearse what they have to do the night before, right? Or the hours before. They have to get up very early and do their prayers and the night do japa and so on. Along that line, can you tell me the life of a daily life of a pundit?
A daily life of a Pundit, your training starts from young. So usually you will have to get up early morning before Brahmapur, which is the early morning from 4 a.m. You will take your normal ablutions, bathing and so forth, and you make your offerings that you are supposed to do. And in an Orthodox Pundit's home, your Hawan is the most important part of the day. The offerings that you make to the deities through the medium of a Hawan or mantras. That is a typical offering that must be done, especially the Gayatri for a Pandit, the Gayatri mantra.
So that you're saying that would be a preparation at home?
That's a preparation throughout our lives. It is one of the
No, you said this is a daily
daily offering.
Okay, the Hawan.
Yes, the Hawan. It must be, well, this is the stipulation of our scriptures from an Orthodox point of view.
Okay. Well, the Orthodox point of view is the best, right?
Yeah.
That's the original.
Yes.
So we do have the shortcut thing is not right, right? No, okay. Now you will prepare yourself there spiritually.
Yes.
Yeah, you build a spiritual defense and
Yeah.
and your body is suffused with divinity. So when you come as a divine person entering the precincts, right?
Yes.
This is why people bow to the Pundit, because of that spirituality within you.
That's the splendor that you carry.
Right, and the aura, because you exude a certain amount of aura, a Pundit, because you look very, very pleasant from looking at how you approach people. You have a melodious voice, a calm and dignified voice, right? So that people should bow to Pundit. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Now when you come to prayer, you prepare yourself there, and your prayer sessions will last how long?
Depends. If you are like for puja, every Pandits have their own timing. I usually take an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Okay.
Okay. If it's a small child, I'll spend extra time with the child explaining and keeping the child comfortable so the child will enjoy the ceremony also. It is not mechanical. It must be a relationship between the Pandit, the chela or the listener, and also to the divine. So within that circle, everyone enjoys.
Okay. So that it depends upon the let's say the ability of the person to understand. You may have to probably explain, but you do both in English and in Hindi.
Yeah.
Okay. But now you also do weddings. By the way, you are licensed Pundit,
Yes.
From which organization?
Sanatan Dharma.
Okay, so you are licensed Pundit licensed marriage officer.
Yes.
Now, the sankaras and so on, those are the, what are sankaras?
Okay, it's a transition. The word sanskaras means a transition from one state or one level of your life going into a new regime. Sanskara starts actually from the time of conception, where soon-to-be parents will meditate and pray to God that we are bringing forth a new life in this home and our family legacy to carry on a legacy, a spiritual legacy, not only religious, but also a legacy that they have inherited. This is what makes you and I, the root that we came from. So, according to our scriptures, having the sanskar is remembering and recalling the rishis, the saints, and even the gods, that you can actually at that moment say to the Supreme Lord, according to our Orthodox tradition, having a child represents your continuation. So you expect the best of that child. So if the parents prepare themselves in the right way, in the frame of mind, praying to God, thinking about not only having a child just for procreation, but for the necessary need for continuing a legacy, then you select what the Pundit will choose the most auspicious time. There's calculations to be made, and that will determine according to the Patra, according to Panchan, which means the astrological side of Hinduism, to select the most auspicious time so the child will actually have inherent qualities of divinity at that time.
Okay.
So that's one sanskar.
Okay.
And then there are other sanskars, like when the first tonsure, the cutting of the hair is done, the first feeding of solid food. That's another sanskar. So if you look at it, it is the stages of
different mental states.
Yes, these stages that you are also recollecting and asking the blessings of God to go with the child.
Okay,
and it comes straight to our marriage, and then goes straight to our death.
So that in every stage of a life, there is a preparation.
Preparation to transit, because we know transitions itself, it is one of the most challenging times. As transition, like when we do chemistry, for instance, transitions elements are what we consider the most dynamic of all.
Okay, so that what is saying that at each stage there is some sort of spiritual input into it.
Yes.
Okay, but that is if the person is aware of it.
Very sure.
And then the Pundit must tell the person, okay, at each time, next year, you have to do this, and next 5 years, whatever, and that is done by you, right?
Yeah.
And you lead people along that line. I understand, but for the benefit of people who will be viewing this, at conception, before getting the concept, the copulation as man and wife, there's a meditative aspect of it. You prepare for it, and so that the child would come out, would be blessed divinely. Yeah? Some people drink alcohol, and and they want to have children. That would
like this period of time that we have in the carnival period of time that we know.
Yes.
So the state of mind, it's not based upon the element of God at all. It's only because of lust, of desire, and all those different things.
Okay.
So if you start off like a family like that, then surely it will continue in that same pattern. And that is why the sanskars are important. So to take away I don't like using it animalistic, but what we call the more mundane qualities, knowing that bringing a child in the world is one of the greatest responsibility and one of the greatest gifts of God that you have. So when we practice selection of when we select our chelas, and you as a priest or a Pundit becomes the guru of that home, then you want to also ensure that there's a continuation of that knowledge, and it begins not from having a child and bringing a child by the Pundit and say this is the guru, but before that there's a relationship. The guru knows that here I have selected the most auspicious time for this child. I know for a fact that the parents are preparing themselves, so there's a relationship quite before the child comes. It comes like Raja does that in the Ramayana. The guru already prepared for Sridham to come by having this yagna. And the guru remained with Sridham until the end.
Okay, but that is a knowledge that it is not hidden from people, but I don't know. It's preached all the time. All the time it's preached and reminded, but people not pay heed to it. unless they have a close relationship with the Pundit, and the Pundit would probably say, well, you should have you want to have a child, you know, this is the best time to have it. Just as you select a prayer, a time to have your prayer for a certain deity, right? You will tell them this is the time to have a child, right? So you have to prepare and you guide them as to how they should, the type of prayer that is involved in preparation, okay?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, and the mindset. While
Well, you see, the mindset is part of the advice that you try to cultivate that, you know, but again, in this world, who listens? How many people listen, right? Now, another thing, you a marriage officer also, you said before. I wanted to explain certain things to me about them, briefly about the marriage. How the ritual of a marriage starts from when, like for instance, the Friday night, the sofa or whatever. A little, yeah. What is the reason for that?
Okay. Before the Friday night, traditionally, it does not occur in this period of time, like how traditionally there will be a selection process where parents will actually select the suitable person for their son or their daughter. Then there's the ceremony after then we check the patra and see compatibility, okay, or the Ghana, okay, the compatibility with the Ghana.
I just talk about the compatibility there.
Yeah.
If there's two people are not compatible with each other, what do you recommend?
Okay, we do give them advice. We'll tell them that, okay, looking at the astrological signs, there will be signs of trouble, there will be signs of challenges. Are you willing to make such sacrifices to go on with it? We cannot say or deter and tell a child, no, they cannot get married, but we can advise them.
To the particular person?
Yes, to the particular person, yes.
So you tell them, you warn about the pitfalls?
The pitfalls.
So that, and you would tell them also how to guard against it.
Because in every difficult situation, in every question, there is always an answer through prayer.
Right.
But it takes determination, it takes realism. You cannot be like a fairy book, like a fairy tale story. So you will prepare yourself also for that also.
So that at each confrontation, at each problem that would confront you, there is a solution to it.
Yes, yes.
And a spiritual solution.
Yes. This is why we call this karma bhumi. This is our karma bhumi, which means it's the world of action. And if there's action, then there are answers to all those difficult situations.
So what are you saying that Hinduism caters for any eventuality?
Yes.
Even to prolong, even to ward off death or prolong life a bit longer.
Yes, we believe in that, and also the Hinduism it teaches us to adapt to these circumstances with reality. This is why we are still struggling and we are still surviving here in this land. Because we have adapted, our ancestors adapted from the conditions that they are from India, and they are here into Trinidad because of the power of adaptation, but still keeping the essence of where their roots is. That's the power of our belief, and it is due to our practice of rituals. Because that is the core.
Forget it. All right. The rituals mean nothing except there's some divine input, right?
Yes.
So I think the better word is without the prayers, the applicable Hindu prayer to cater for any misfortune. Okay. And then you have time for rejoicing too.
Yes.
Right? So that so that having now you are at the stage of marriage right now, right? Everything you explained, the marriage is. Can you explain now? Go to the motion of a marriage, the marriage itself. Okay. Like you start like the sofa night coming down.
Okay. One ceremony is known as what we call engagement or cheke. According to Hindu law, once you are engaged to someone, it is the first step of the marriage ceremony.
Okay, so cheke is engagement.
Step. Yes, engagement. That's the first step.
The word is cheke?
Yeah, cheke.
So that is
the first step of the Hindu marriage.
Right, so that is, cheke is engagement.
Engagement, yes.
And that is like a sanctimonious thing, that is like, is
the honoring of the Dulaha.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
And it should, and legally, okay, it is recognized that once a person engages in Hinduism, okay, it is recognized as the first stage of the marriage also.
Of marriage, right.
So the ceremony already starts.
Okay, right. And then, okay.
And then we go to what we call the Hardy night. But before the Hardy night, the parents, the father will perform offerings to the Pitras, the ancestors, to offer to the ancestors and remembering that genetic code that they came with.
So that, what is a procession you do?
It's like what we call the Gita part, and we have in the Shrad. We call the word Shrad. Shrad is the offerings of limitations and the offerings to our mains and to our ancestors. And that is the first ceremony that is done maybe, like maybe 2 weeks prior. And then within that period of time, you will have the Devta Puja. That is the Devta for weddings is Lord Ganesh and the Ganesh Puja and so forth. And the family deity puja. Like if you are from a home who love Lord Hanuman Swami, that is your family's deity. So you must incorporate the worship of your family's deity. And then the Hardi night starts. Okay? The Hardi ceremony, which involves the rubbing of the sacred saffron, which is considered one of the forms of an element of purification in our ceremony.
Yeah, purification.
Yes, and it starts off with, well, it's a joyous occasion. It is mixed with the ritual, your puja, where the Pundit will be there, but also the rejoicing of seeing a child getting married from a home, where the woman folk plays the major role in the Hindu ceremony, in this part of the Hindu ceremony, which you know for a fact. The woman takes the mantle in the Hindu wedding ceremony. So the first part of the ceremony is where they will go and get the dirt, or what they call the Madhukura, and they will take that dirt, which is a form of supplication and appeasement to the deity of the land that they are living in. Like if they are living in Buddhist estate, okay, the deity of that land, the guardian.
Deity matter, well, we call it deity, the English word for it is Mother Earth.
Mother Earth, yes.
You pray obeisance to Mother Earth.
Yes.
In a prayerful way, right?
And you bring that dirt and it will be offered upon the baby as the presiding deity also.
Okay.
And then the ceremony begins. Okay, when by the advice of the Pundit, the child, the Dulaha, or to-be or Dulahin, to-be, will sit down and they'll perform the puja. So Lord,
that is the bride and the groom, right?
Yes.
So this is held on both sides, right? But
on the Dulaha's home and
the bride and the bridegroom, they would have this separate sort of the same thing, until it's the same thing, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we have reached now.
That's striking in that ceremony. The exchange of the coconut oil, the exchange of the saffron, the exchange of the clothing, which represents the sharing at that point. The two families from different cultures, from different aspects of beliefs, merging together represents the sharing nature. It starts from that point. Symbolically represents this also.
Okay. Okay, so we move on now to the ceremony itself.
Okay. Saturday night is what we know as the Batwan or the cooking.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's more festival.
That's the farewell night, right?
And that's the patching of the lawa night, where you patch the lawa, and again the women folk plays a major role in that.
Okay.
And then for the wedding ceremony in the early morning, because they are rubbed with saffron, okay, then they will have that spiritual bath once more with the tea and everything. And the mother will take care of their daughter or their son at that moment. Okay, and then there's a dressing, okay, and they will be able to offer the puja. Okay, a meal is shared of sweet food between the mother, the son, and so forth. And then the Dulaha will then prepare himself after dressing, and the mother help in symbolically dressing him also. Will now proceed to go to the village.
Okay, I observed something that when the bridegroom is leaving the home,
yes,
in the car,
the mother,
the breast, what does that is a symbolical thing where he would touch his mouth to the breast, the mother there.
yes,
but that is, what is significance of that?
in mother is the blessing of the living God on this earth.
Yeah.
She shares one of the most remarkable positions in every society. Having a child, the chances of dying and the probability of dying is right there. Whereas we say, while having a baby, one foot is in the state of living and one's foot is on the grave itself. She takes the form of the first guru. She is the embodiment of true, pure motherly love. The breast milk, when she touches, it signifies that her love is always with that child. The undying love is always with him.
Okay. To give him succor.
Yeah.
To give him succor, that is, to replenish.
Yes.
It is like feeding him the milk and continuous sort of.
And that bond could never be broken at that time.
Because I saw people crying.
Because it is one of the greatest joy, because every moment she is in charge of you. She will wash your clothes, she will do everything. We don't know what will happen after.
Exactly. Because she's giving away her son and she won't have the opportunity again. Okay, at the ceremony now, briefly you could probably tell us, walk us through the ceremony now. Now you have...
The first is the Bharat, or the meeting between the two, the entourage of the Dulahin will be awaiting on the bridegroom. And there is a sacred kalsa or a lota with mango leaves and coins and flowers and rice and grains, signifying longevity, prolonged life, health and wealth. When the two fathers meet, they embrace. And the men folk will embrace one another, and when they actually take the Dulaha's father and the male entourage to a nice place of like a bedecked area for sitting, then the girl's mother, the Dulahin's mother, the bride's mother will go to the wedding car and they will parche the boy. Okay, parche involves like ensuring that because you are going to pray to Lord Ganesh and say thank you, Bhagwan, that our child, our Dulaha, had a safe journey reaching here, and you're offering the water with the lota, you're offering the little flower balls straying different directions, signifying that no bad eye, or what we call najar, will affect him, and that in each direction all the elements are secured for our ceremony. Then the Dulaha is covered with the Dulahin's mother's urni, and he's carried towards the area where we have the Dwar Puja. The Dwar Puja is the puja to welcome Lord Ganesh, and supplication to Lord Ganesh is made. The Dulaha and the girl's father, the Dulahin's father, will sit down and perform puja there. There will have the tilak will be given to the Dulaha.
Tilak is gift.
Yeah, the tilak is...
A dowry, is it a dowry?
No, it's not a dowry. Tilak is different from a dowry. The dowry system is a system that was washed away from the Pundits in Trinidad and Tobago because we understood it was being misused a lot for the gain, for wealth and power and prestige by the suffering of people like him. So it's only in Trinidad and Tobago, and then after it happened in Guyana and Suriname, when our ancestors came, they dismantled that system.
Because it was exploitive.
Exploited, yes.
Yeah, because...
and it's still done in different parts of India.
No, it's too much. I have read the history there. No, it's quite prevalent there.
Yeah.
Okay, that is one of the adaptation to modern...
Yes, we started with the adaptation to keep our people together, because we were a smaller group of people, and to keep them together we had to show that unity and the strength and most importantly respect for one another, whether our family heritage and anything like that. We kept our people together. You grew up in Williamsville, you grew up in Garth, and you understood how people used to live. Everybody was an extended family. We are slowly losing that power.
We're losing it because long ago, people never married within the village.
The respect of having a brother and sister within the same area.
This is why, this might be deviating,
Yes.
The cause of the night wedding is people used to go and find the suitor, the parents used to go and find suitable dulahin and dulaha for the children, right? Bride and groom, right? So they go outside the area. A long time there were no motor vehicles, no transportation. So they would travel they traveled bullcat in the daytime because the bullcat is in the night.
Yeah.
And then there were bandits too on the way. So they would travel in the daytime and come,
And spend the night.
and the wedding would take place in the night.
Yes.
And then in the morning, is that so?
Yeah.
And
We, in the morning, that special occasion, we look for the North Star known as the Dhruv Tara.
Yeah.
Or the North Star is only seen at that particular time in the morning period
Yeah.
where the wedding ceremony was supposed to be done.
Okay. So that, and then they were, right. So the wedding used to be in the night time.
Yes.
And then it concludes at a certain time in the daytime. And they leave to go on the night journey, the daylight journey because of the animals couldn't see in the dark. The flambeaus and things were out, rain would fall or whatever, right? Well, that is that aspect of it. Now, you spoke at the Dulahan now, being escorted by his mother, the prospective mother, and placing a seat in an area, especially where there's a prayer there.
Yes. Puja done to Lord Ganesh.
But who will do the puja? The brides, the bridegroom Pundit, or the Pundit from the other side?
Well, traditionally it will be the bride's Pundit because he's the host Pundit.
Okay.
And the host is welcoming.
Okay.
Usually now we scarcely get two Pundits performing wedding ceremonies.
Okay.
We have one Pundit that he will do every day.
All right.
Sometimes we are very fortunate to have two Pundits.
So that so there's no need for the bridegroom to take a Pundit there.
There is need, but because of time now and because of situation, they will have mostly one Pundit, one Pundit from the right. Sometimes we are fortunate, we have three, we have four, we have five, depending upon the family's amiability with other Pundits, and they will all join together.
Okay, now we have finished that thing. They have now done the what puja they call it? Dwar puja. So now you're going now to do the marriage ceremony, right?
Yes.
So who would be there first?
Okay. While Dwar puja is being done, the dulaha wears what we call the mauri. Okay, the mauri covers a veil that covers the dulaha's face.
Now the dulaha, when I said dulaha, you'll give the English
bridegroom.
The bridegroom, right?
Yes. So while the Dwar puja is being done, the dulahin or the bride will be escorted by her mother towards the holy mandap, or where the wedding ceremony is being done. Okay, and she will be instructed by a Pundit also to do Havan and Puja to Lord Ganesh, and after which she'll be given certain gifts, that was sent by the bride, by the bridegroom's entourage. While that ceremony is done, we have something called the erudite, which means the mamu or the maternal uncle of the bride will actually do an offering to her and give her a gift, and then she'll proceed back inside, because usually in the Hindu ceremony there's two sets of clothing. One is the yellow clothing that she'll come out there with, and that ceremony, when it's completed, then she'll go back after being gifted what we call the dal, or the dal puja, which means that the jewelry and the clothing and the sweets and all of this that will be gifted to her. Then she'll dress into what we call the traditional wedding outfit, which is a red. Okay, and there, when she's being dressed there, then the bridegroom will be escorted towards the mandap when she leaves. And there, what we call the Pirha Puja will be done. The Pirha Puja is a beautiful decorated pirha made out of bamboo wood and decorated nicely. And both the bride, the bridegroom, and the bride's father will hold the pirha together, bless it, and then he'll be instructed, that's the bridegroom, to be instructed to sit down, and then he's worshipped as Lord Vishnu.
So the pira you talk about,
yes,
people will understand what is a pira. A pira is, well, is a sort of a bench. A bench about 4 inches.
A very low bench, yes.
Yeah, about 4 inches, right,
Yes.
in height, and probably long about 6 feet in length, or 4 feet in length.
About 4 feet.
And so the sufficient space to accommodate both of them sitting side by side,
Yes.
under their foot, safely couch or whatever. Now, right, having now be seated, well, they can't sit, so be seated like that. You have to do some prayers or something.
Yes, that's his worship there, okay?
Yeah.
The Pira is worshipped firstly,
Yeah.
blessed, and the Dulaha will then take the seat by the instruction of Pundit special mantra, and then the washing of the Dulaha's feet or the bridegroom's feet done by the bride's father, the offering of tilak, chandana, arati, and after which he will be blessed, okay, for longevity, health and success. And while that ceremony is being done, and when it's completed, then the Pandit will introduce the Dulahin coming towards the mandap. Okay?
Okay, she will be escorted down
Yes, she escorted
to
down.
take a seat beside him.
Yes, and when she's being escorted down, everyone will stand because she'll be considered as Lakshmi coming to meet Lord Vishnu. When she do it,
Well, Lakshmi is, well, I think if you can explain what is Lakshmi.
Devi Lakshmi Mata is the feminine aspect of Lord Vishnu Bhagwan. She is the embodiment of the Shakti of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is the maintainer and preserver of Dharma, as you know. Lakshmi represents a feminine aspect of it, or of Lord Vishnu. And it signifies her, as we know when we do Lakshmi Puja of Diwali, the embodiment of longevity, health, success, wealth, and beauty.
So she is casting the role of Lakshmi there,
Yes.
to be adored, to be worshipped, because she represents Lakshmi, right?
Yes.
Here now, her husband should be considered to be Lakshmi. Okay? That's what you are saying, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So when she comes to the mandap, she will actually sit on the eastern side of the Beli, facing the Dulaha, which faces the east. So they are facing opposite one another.
Okay.
Okay. From that time of ceremony, when she takes a seat, she will be sitting on a very small piraha. Okay, the piraha that was being used for the haridi and so forth. And when she's seated, then the Dulaha will be seated. After that, we will have what we call the haridi lobanam sanskar, the rubbing of haridi on both hands, the pinning of the kangan, and after the pinning of the kangan, then we'll have a kanyadan.
Okay. I want to take some what is Kangan.
Okay. Kanyadan, according to scriptures, is a very girl that is about to get married that have not entertained or lived the life, okay, as a daughter, and not today in today's world when you have a relationship and then you do Kanyadan and all of these ceremonies, right? The Kanyadan was only given to those that live a celibate life.
Yeah, celibate, we are virgin.
Yes, also for the males.
Yeah, the
Okay?
baby.
Because that is tradition and that is what the rishis wanted. As we spoke about the sanskars, entering in that sanskar only should carry on in that regard. So the Kanyadan is where, in simple terms, the father is saying that in my lifetime, God has blessed me and my wife to have you as a daughter. The greatest gift in a family's life is giving and extending a daughter in a new home. It's the extension of our life. Why? Because a daughter itself, growing up in a home, becomes the young Lakshmi, the one who becomes the thumbprint or the genetic print for the mother, how they practice and how they live in a home. And he's saying, you came as, like, think about when you're planting rice. A farmer that goes to plant rice in the field, right? He will not just go and just throw the rice and let it grow. He will have first carrot and harvest seedlings in a nursery, right? And it will take its time. In the nursery, he will carefully ensure that there's enough water and everything so that it will become lush and green. When there's an auspicious time, okay, when the weather is suitable, when the climate is suitable for the planting of the rice, then he will select that time and carry the rice in the larger field. How will he manage this now? Where if his home is far away, what he represents? That he's saying, and Kanyadan, the father and mother is saying, you are so small in our lives. Like the seed in your mommy's belly. you grow and you came as a baby. I nurtured you as a father. How I can sacrifice, how can I give to you? Everything that I can give to you, I was able to do so according to God's grace. I may not have given you everything, but my protection was always here. Just like a farmer ensuring that nothing destroys the fields. Today is different because now you are now accepting the role to become living a mature life. Okay? This is the point where I am satisfied knowing that I have brought you to this point, praying to the Supreme, asking God that your life be blessed today, the presence, that you will have a happy life.
Okay.
And we have the legend.
So they call it Kanyadan.
Yeah, Kanyadan.
You're giving your daughter in marriage to the husband.
Yes.
Is a gift. A dan is a gift, is it?
Yes.
Dan is gift, eh?
Yes, Dan is gift. Indeed.
So it's a gift.
Yes.
A cherished gift, that when you give somebody something, you don't take it back.
No.
So she can't come back, right?
And then if somebody is the receiver of the gift,
Yeah.
must also connect with that thought. If somebody gives you a gift, you can't just take it and put it aside.
No.
Okay, it comes today, like you are saying to me, Pundit Raj here, I'm giving you maybe this book, okay?
Yeah.
And I take the book, and while I'm going out with it, I see somebody in the road and say, hey, take a book. How would you feel?
No, that will. Yeah.
Okay, similarly, a gift itself, when you're gifted with a wife, you must also show the appreciation, the respect, and know it is actually from a divine purpose of giving the gift that is in the presence of God.
Yeah, yes.
So it works on in two sides.
Okay. Right. Okay, well, you explained it very concise, not concisely, expansively, right? And it was a good explanation. Now we reach now, the father has given his daughter in marriage to the husband or the prospective husband. Now, does that conclude the wedding?
No, from that point now, when the Kanyadan is completed, the knot or the bandhan is tied.
Yeah.
You have seen this already?
Yeah. Now the bandhan is a band, a symbolical band that ties both spiritually or physically.
Very true. Very
Okay?
true.
Okay, they call it bandhan.
Bandhan.
Okay.
And then she'll be escorted to sit on his right side, on the
And what is the purpose sitting on the right side?
Okay, from that until you make the vows,
So when you make the vows?
or when you go to the right side, okay?
No, then you make the vow there or before?
Explain again.
Okay. She is going to sit at the
Right side.
She was on the left all the time.
No, she was on the opposite side.
Oh, she's going to at his right side now.
Right side, yes.
So, and what is the purpose of that again?
Okay. Until there are certain oaths and certain disciplines that must be maintained, certain promises that one should adhere to. Okay? And then I will assume my rightful position on your left side, becoming your wife.
So that
there must be an understanding between two parties. The wife on the bride's side should ask of seven conditions, okay, to become your lawful.
Okay, can you briefly state the 7 conditions? Just you don't have to expand on it.
Okay, I'll just name. She's saying that I'm leaving my home, my customs, my duties to become your lifelong partner.
Okay.
There are certain conditions that you should adhere to.
Yeah.
One is that I am supposed to be Lakshmi of our home. We have started our life with prayer. Always remember that we should pray together. A family that prays together is a family that will stay together.
Yeah.
Always remember we have started our life with our ancestors. Always recognize that we should always pay attention and recognize the auspicious events of Pitra Paksha, all the different ceremonies in paying obeisance and salutations to our ancestors. We are also saying, she's saying that we are working together as a family. A family does not constitute only of you and I, but it's a bond between our family, our extended family, and our extended villagers. Therefore, which whenever we are supposed to do any seva, any service, okay, if we are going to help somebody do something in the village, like a yak now, we're going to build something, help if somebody's in distress, both of us should work together because it builds our it builds our soul together in sharing these accomplishments in life. She's saying if you are going to work like abroad, I should also have your prior consent and you leaving, because in this relationship the formula of marriage is not only 1 and 1 equals 2, but in the Hindu concept 1 and 1 only equals 1, where two souls become one. So therefore whatever decision you are going to make, whether it's financial and so forth, it should also be part of my understanding. I should take part, and you know that too. When your dad was alive, and he brings home the money, he gives it to your mother, and she will know how to keep the money, how she will know how to spend the money. Okay, he will work for it. And so that was the understanding, and he will similarly ask for certain conditions. Okay. And when these conditions are accepted by both parties, then she will take her place.
And by going left, what does that signify?
Okay. It represents, in Shiva Swarodhya, it deals on yoga or meditation. There are certain life breaths. She represents what we call the Ida, Pingala, and Shushumna, 3 sacred breaths. Okay, she accepts. She goes in the form of Shakti. She becomes your Shakti, as like Lord Shiva and Durga or Lord Shiva Parvati.
No, I explain what is Shakti. People who don't understand what is Shakti.
Shakti is the feminine aspect of creation, the creative module, the creative power that God has.
So you would say that she supplements his power with hers.
Yeah, as if there's God in Nirgun, which is formless aspect. She becomes the embodiment that makes formless into a form. Okay, she creates that feeling of what you call adds beauty to God's creation. Think about Hinduism, that if they were like the great yogis, they didn't see God in any form or fashion like how we see our murtis and so forth, right? That is in Satyuga and so forth. But then, adding beauty to our dharma is the itihas, the kathas that you'll hear, the relationship between God coming upon this earth as a man and having next to him the female aspect of himself, teaching us how to live in the Puranas, how we should conduct ourselves as a wife, a husband, as a child. So this is the Shakti. The Shakti represents the beauty of God next to him.
Okay, right, that. Right, she's Lakshmi.
Yes.
In short. Right, and then, well, of course, then that concludes the marriage?
No, after that part of the ceremony, then we'll have the Lava Bahawara.
Okay.
The Lava Bahawara is the party that was patched. Okay? And then it's mixed together. The two sides will bring it mix it together, which signifies, think about it, if you see the paddy rice, I look at it, it doesn't look beautiful, but only when it's put into the heat and it's spun with the broomstick.
Oh yes.
What happens? It begins to pop.
It's like popcorn.
Yeah, and when it pops now, you can see the beauty of it. Alright, so too, life and marriage is not only on that day. It represents an eternal sacrifice, the ongoing sacrifice of both parties merging together. And then you'll find the beauty of it. Then you'll enjoy the sacrifices you have made. Okay? So that is the Lawa Bahawara.
So that the lawa comes from both sides and mixed together, and mixed together, and the mixing produces harmony.
Yeah.
Mixing and intermixed there or something.
And we know rice itself represents progeny.
Okay.
It represents continuation.
Okay, right. Okay, the lawa, and for the benefit of the people who may not know what is lawa, lawa is rice paddy that is patched, and what flows from it when it's patched is something like popcorn. Is it like that?
Yes.
And both sides, from the groom side and from the bride side, they do the patching of the lawa and then they mix it, and it is done. What is it? Is that it is
the pans that we use and throw it up in the air.
Okay, you throw it up in the air?
Yes.
How many times?
Okay, the Dulaha will do that for 3 times and the Dulahin will do it for 4 times.
Okay, alright. Okay, so we're going forward now.
Yes.
After that is what?
After that part of the ceremony, then we can have what we call the Sindhu dye.
The Sindhu is the Velamian, they call it?
Yes.
And that is placed On the cover?
Yes, on the mouth or the middle of the Dulahins.
Right. So, okay, well, both of them have to be covered, is it?
Yes, they have been covered by
With a sheet?
a sheet done by, if the girl's elder sister is married,
Yeah.
or a cousin or so forth, somebody who was already married,
Yeah.
can induct the girl into that ceremony. You can't take an unmarried girl and cover them. Understand?
Oh, yeah, yeah. So the covering is done by a married person.
Whose husband is alive also.
Okay,
And
right.
they're single.
Okay, the sinu, right, the thing.
Yes.
But this is done by the groom,
By the groom, yes, covered.
covered, right?
Yes.
And, well, she will do it to him? No, there's no need.
No,
No, right.
only
So then we go forward now.
yes. And after that, we will have the tag part, which is the elder brother of the bridegroom, will present a pink woolen mala or garland, which signifies that I am, as an elder brother, becomes the role of a father. If in any way I would have to help you in the sense of to give advice to my younger brother, if he may have strayed anyway, you can always rely upon me. That is where the extended family comes into being.
Okay, okay.
And when you are going to my home, I'm telling you that you are safe and you are protected. You don't have to worry or didi or behin.
Okay.
And he will present also a ornament of gold.
All right.
After that ceremony, then we'll have the Ashwirad,
Yeah.
or the final Hawan.
Yeah.
And after the final Hawan, we'll have Ashwirad with the final blessing. Okay, where the Pundit will say his mantras, and the elders who are there will sprinkle rice and flowers upon the Dulahin, and the ceremony.
But the ceremony is done, and then when they give Tari and Luta, whatever.
Yeah, the Power Puja, that is done actually when the girl comes on the right hand side of the Dulahan.
All right. But you have been very, I mean, you have described it in detail, okay? But there is an aspect of a Pundit life I would like to know. How difficult it is to be a Pundit. How difficult it is. How challenging it is. Do you enjoy it?
If you, any job that you have and you enjoy it, there is no difficulty.
Okay.
Anything that you're doing and you love what you are doing, it becomes joy. So there's nothing, it's not a work, it is not a duty, it is just something that, the same way how your heart beats.
It's a calling, it's a
Yeah.
calling, a spiritual calling
Yeah.
in which you are spiritually
And
rewarded.
Yes, and it works fluidly. Like if you love what you're doing, it becomes fluid. It doesn't have no obstacles, no delays.
Okay.
I have never seen it personally that it's anything that is difficult. If you love what you do, it becomes it becomes enjoyable. It is tedious in the sense that if you are working also and you have to perform the rites and rituals, and people demands that the demands of the persons, like people are there, that will have its own challenges, but it's not difficult. You have to prioritize. In anything that in life, you have to prioritize what you want. And it works good. It is not how many pujas you do, it is not how many yagnas you do. It is the feeling that you go and do it, and the quality and the quantity that you do. If you can do, somebody can do 100 pujas or 100 yagnas, but if you didn't have that connect between the yajman, listener, or and you leave there that spiritual or without any spirituality, doing 100 doesn't make sense.
Okay.
One alone does everything.
Okay. Well, I must tell you, you have been very fluent in your reply to the questions, and it shows that you're very learned, I told you before, and I think people should gravitate towards you when you have press sessions, and so I've seen a lot of people want to know who's this gentleman, who's this person, right? Because when I post things on the Facebook when you respect me, you'll see you get, and your brother too, you get 1,000 views in no time.
Okay.
If you look at it, and I must thank you very much. Continue the work. And it is a rewarding thing spiritually. And you could die tomorrow being satisfied you have done your duty. I haven't done my duty because I am not in your role. I am not cast in that kind of priestly role, right? I do my service differently. Right? My service is different. I do good things, you know. Well, I wouldn't tell you what I do to help people and so, you know. I must commend you again and hope that you live a long, happy, healthy, and prosperous life. Okay? I don't know. I take a picture of both of you. I'll come there too. Right, you would see, I don't think you seeing that? No. Right? I don't think it's seen. Alright, I'll take a picture. Let's get some.
Over there?
Yeah, come there. Okay? I hope it comes out good. Thank you. Alright, that's it. You did very well.